Hello guys and welcome back to a brand new video here on Gaming Captures, and today I have a tutorial for you on how you can AFK on console. This is for Xbox, PlayStation, old gen, new gen, any console you have. This is a working method on how you can AFK on your favorite games. Now I've done a video like this before, kind of explaining, so it's got a few of the same starting points, but there's a bit more added at the end, and another method at the end to make sure that any game you're playing, it will work. Before, it was primarily for Pet Simulator 99, which, if you don't know, that's a popular game on Roblox. My channel is kind of based around Roblox, but this video specifically will kind of be a wider range of the games. So on Roblox, this is very much tested and working across so many different games. We're talking Grow a Garden, Bubblegum Simulator, Climb and Jump Tower. Any game you want, you will be able to AFK on your console using these steps. So without further ado, let's get into these steps. So we will have to go into our console settings and adjust a few settings. Unfortunately, it's not quite as easy as it would be to AFK on PC, where you can literally just download an auto clicker or set up a macro. Unfortunately, we can't hop onto our Xbox, go into the store and buy an auto clicker. That would make our life far too easy, wouldn't it? So we will have to go into the settings. And what you want to do is go to General, and then TV and Display Options, Device Control, and then there should be an option which says HDMI CEC. So this will either be ticked or it will be unticked. You want to make sure this is unticked. You want to make sure it is turned off. You do not want this to be on. So again, this is the exact settings for Xbox, because this is what I play on. But if you have PlayStation, they will be pretty much the same, or maybe worded slightly different, but you will be able to find these settings somewhere within your settings. So obviously this one, General TV Display, so look for your TV and display settings. There should be something there, and if you come across something HDMI CEC, you do want to make sure this is turned off. What this basically means, it's for newer TVs, right? So it could be maybe a smart TV. I'm sure a lot of people have smart TVs these days. And this will just be a setting that is automatically turned on for your console and your TV. This basically allows you to be able to control your Xbox or PlayStation with your TV remote. So you might not even do it, you might not even realize you have it on, but you may have it on, and this could be affecting your ability to AFK on your favorite games. Next up, you want to go to Preferences, Idle Options, and there should be a setting that says what your console does when it's left alone. So it's basically you can have it so it turns off automatically after an hour or 30 minutes or more. You obviously want this to be turned off, because the whole purpose here, we want our console to be left on, maybe even overnight, which could be, 8 hours or more. Or we could even do 24 hours of just having your Xbox left on. Now, if you've got a setting turned on that has your Xbox to automatically turn off if no one's on it, then, you know, you're not going to get very far into your 24 hours. So you have to make sure that the setting is turned off, or it's like always stayed on, however they may word it. You want to make sure your console does not turn off after a set amount of time. Next to that, it will have something that says show me things while idle. So obviously you want to have this turned on if you see the setting. So basically, if you're away, it will continue playing the game. So obviously you want that to be done in this scenario. Then you'll have a dim screen setting. So it will basically give you an option whether you want to dim your TV after a certain amount of time. I mean, this isn't overly important. I would turn it off if you are able to, just to be on the safe side, especially if you're kind of leaving your TV on while you're AFKing. I'm not sure why you would. There's not really any need to. You can, because if I ever AFK, I have my TV turned off to like save on electric, or I'll just have my TV on a different HDMI. Say I'm watching something on YouTube on my Fire Stick or something like that. So my suggestion would be just to have that so it doesn't ever dim. But that's not overly important. However, what is important is this step. You need a wired controller for this to work. I haven't overly tested the kind of, I know you can get like plug-in play kits, maybe these special batteries that charge by being plugged into your Xbox or something. So it may be worth testing on that. If you have one of those and you do test it, let us know in the comments if it works, because I haven't tested that myself. I picked up personally a very cheap controller. Thankfully, you don't need an official one, which costs like a lot these days, £60+. You can get a cheap one that is made for your console. So I've got a cheap one. I think it's like Power A or something for the Xbox, and it was only like £15. Or you could even get one secondhand for even cheaper. It's really super cheap and convenient. And these ones do, you can unplug them and plug them back in, so maybe the plug and play will work. I'm not too sure, but I can't give you an affirmative answer on that, so you wanted to test that for yourself. All I can tell you is a wired controller like 100% works, and the reason for this is you need to make sure your controller does not turn off. Because in Roblox specifically, if your controller turns off, which it will if you leave it, then it will come up with a message saying controller disconnected. And I'm sure this is the case for many other games as well. And this will most likely affect your ability to AFK. I know a lot of people will say you can use a rubber band, or you can balance your controller against something, hold the button down or something like that. All that's going to do is give your controller stick drift. It's going to ruin your controller. And like I said, these controllers are expensive these days, so you do not want to do that. And most of the time it just doesn't work anyway, especially on Roblox. It will not work. Your controller will still shut down because it's not moving constantly. You would need something that is going to move it in a way that is going to make the game believe you're still there. So maybe if you had like this would work in a way, but it just seems like so much effort. You would need like, I don't know, like say a fan and a long like stick or something that's going to come along and hit your analog every like, I don't know, 10 seconds or something. That would work, but that's not the purpose of this video, because that just sounds like you need a whole lemming course in engineering to be able to do that. But that is hopefully, like, that will hopefully work for you in Roblox. I say hopefully because some games are different, honestly. Because Pet Simulator 99, I could just do them steps and it would be absolutely fine. And then I'll play Bubblegum Simulator, and then I had a load of people comment on that previous video saying, how do you do it on this game? I can't do it on this game, and I was having the same difficulty. So there is another way, thank God. So yeah, this way literally works on any game you possibly want on Roblox, at least. Any game on Roblox, this will stop you from being disconnected while you are AFK on console. This will also work on a whole variety of games. I would like to say every single game, but I can't guarantee that, and I don't want to give you guarantees that just aren't true. Hopefully you can test this for yourselves, and if it does work on a different game that I haven't mentioned, then please let us know in the comment section your experience, and see, because then people can come to the video and have a look in the comments, look at their game, see if their game is listed, know it's working, and then continue with the video. But without further ado, what you will need is obviously the wired controller, nice and cheap. You will also need a wired mouse. Now, it's very important it's wired, so it doesn't run out of charge. You might be able to use a wireless one and plug in the little dongle as a USB, but you need to have a USB for this mouse to be able to work. So to play it safe, use a wired mouse, which I'm sure most of you will already have for your desktop computer. So use that if you can. If you don't have one, again, buy an extremely cheap one. You can get this for like £5. I think I've got an Amazon Essentials one, which cost me like £10 or something. And what you want to to do is plug that into the back of your controller. Into the controller? No, back into the back of your console, sorry. So then you have your controller plugged in the front, then you have your mouse plugged in the back, and then we just need one more thing, and what that is a mouse mover or mouse jiggler, whatever you want to call it. Different people will call it different things. The typical name for it is mouse mover. Typically, people will use this in, say, office jobs where their screens are being monitored to show they're being active. Maybe they work from home and they need to prove that their I don't know, their laptop is on at a certain time or something. People will just have their mouse there and it will move it for them, and then they're able to show the higher up that it works, that they've been working even though they haven't. They've been out walking their dog. But anyway, so the one I got was on Amazon. It's a Vedir Ultra Slim Mouse Mover. It cost me just £20, and what it is, it's like a little pad that your mouse will sit on. So your mouse will be plugged into your console, then you'll have your mouse on top of this little pad, and then it has 3 settings. So there's 3 minute, 10 seconds, or 3 seconds. It may be different for your sort of game which one will work best, but typically on Roblox you just need to make it move every 20 minutes to avoid being kicked. So I would have it set to 3 minutes, and basically all this does, once you have the setting on, you put your mouse on top and then leave it, and every 3 minutes it will just do, say, it will move your mouse to a different, like mouse cursor to a different corner of the screen. It will just give it a little wiggle, move it for 5 to 10 seconds, and that is telling your game you are still playing, and this will avoid you from being kicked for being AFK. It's as simple as that. So I'm aware, hopefully, like, the starting steps of just changing your settings will work. So I would try that initially and have a little play around with what game you play. Like, you might use a hatch eggs while you're away or something like that. Give that a try first, because obviously if that works, then it's a very cost efficient way and everyone's happy. Alternatively, I just wanted to give you that other option, which I know 100% works and will work for almost every game, maybe every game. It definitely will work for every game on Roblox, that's for sure. Most of you will probably have a wired controller and a mouse lying around anyway, so maybe just the investment of this little mouse trackpad, mouse mover, whatever you want to call it, mouse mover we'll go with. Just have a look on Amazon or eBay or something like that, grab up a cheap one, plug it into, well, you have your mouse into your console and your controller into the console, and this mouse mover will be a USB again, but I have it into a plug USB, so that's just in the socket next to my Xbox. And yeah, it works. It allows me to AFK for as long as I want. So yeah, it's as simple as that. Do let me know if you have any issues and I'll try my best to help you. Again, leave a comment, let us know what your experience with either of these methods. Let's try and help each other out, right? We're all here for the same reasons. Let's try and help each other out and get everyone AFK in their favorite games. That is the purpose of this video. Make sure you hit a like button if this helped you. I really hope it did. Hit the subscribe button if you enjoy Roblox content, because I've got loads of that coming out at the moment. And yeah, until next time, I'll catch you in the next one.